last speaker that we have on board today is Joanna Popper. She's Global Head of Virtual Reality for Location-Based Entertainment from HP, based in LA, California. She comes from Silicon Valley, has Hollywood experience including VR, AR, MR, XR, location-based entertainment, enterprise VR, gaming, TV, film, digital, an award-winning strategy and content developer with a proven track record. She was selected among the top 50 women who can change the world in media and entertainment, top 25 most influential women in VR, in top 101 women leading the VR industry. International speaker, she has spoken in CES, she has spoken in all the major global conferences like Cannes, Comic Con, CMO conferences, Sundance Film Festival, Berlin Film Festival. She's been there. She's a known name and voice when it comes to XR landscape. We're happy to have her participate all the way from LA, and we welcome her. She brings a global insight, global know-how on the location-based entertainment and immersive entertainment. Please welcome Joanna Popper. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joanna Popper, and I am with HP. I lead up our go-to-market at the global level, and I also focus on our location-based entertainment. So thank you so much for the invitation to be here with you today. I'm very excited to talk to you and to talk to you about VR and entertainment. So for those of you who don't know HP, this have been around since 1939. This is our 81st anniversary. We were founded in a garage in Silicon Valley, our two founders making technology for Walt Disney for the movie Fantasia. So we have a really beautiful long legacy around computing and around media and entertainment. And we're actually credited with the founding of what today is known as Silicon Valley. So ever since then, HP has been focused on inventing and reinventing the future and technology, and we see VR and AR and immersive computing as that future of. For us, we're seeing that the interest in VR and AR is accelerating greatly right now, and that the time for VR is now. We see that we're using VR to connect more than ever. Our partners over at Valve have all-time highs for Steam VR during this time period. We see VR being used to create and enable our creations. Our partners at McKinsey say that giving employees a workstation, a keyboard, and a mouse, but not a screen, but not a VR headset, prevents teams from achieving their full productivity and is essentially hobbling your workforce. And we couldn't agree more. VR is so important for creation and for productivity. VR enables us to collaborate. It brings us together, especially now when we're far apart, and VR enables us to learn. And that's more important than ever when nearly 90% of students are outside of school and about 25 to 30% of workers think that they'll be working from home at least into 2021 part of the time. So we know that VR works. We know that the ROI is there. We see it for training. We see it for AEC. We see it for product development. We see it for healthcare. We know the median recall is really high. And we know that it's important in helping architecture firms win their bids. But what about media and entertainment? Well, we see VR being used very deeply in a number of different areas around media and entertainment. We see that it has been used for entertainment like location-based entertainment and museums, theme parks, arcades, family entertainment centers, and museums, where you bring people together in a venue to drive revenue, to drive new customers and their interest, to drive the perception of innovation, and in some cases even to decrease costs. For example, if you're bringing in a VR roller coaster or VR ride instead of a full a non-virtual roller coaster ride, you can actually be a lot more economical to do that with virtual reality. We know right now, of course, many of these locations have been temporarily closed around the world, but we are starting to see some bright spots and different areas starting to reopen. And I'll share one of those in a minute or two. We see VR also being used around virtual production and game developers. And the interest in virtual production right now in the current landscape is stronger than ever. We're also seeing a strong increase in VR and social VR. Channels and platforms such as VR Chat are seeing all-time concurrent highs in usage. We're seeing AltSpace, Big Screen, and many others really seeing a lot of interest right now, allowing people to connect and come together even when they're apart. And then, of course, VR is being used for marketing. In many cases, it's being used to give you that sensation of being inside the product, connecting deeply with that product, having that interaction, and coming away, when you're inside VR and you're captive, and you're, captive in a way that there is really no other type of media that you have that same level of interaction, immersion, and captivity said in the best possible sense. And so we're seeing lots of different businesses use VR for marketing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about each of these. Now, so Dreamscape is a partner that we work with around the world, here in the United States, as well as in Dubai. And they recently reopened their Dubai location and are having a very positive reaction and positive outcomes to their location. Dreamscape was founded in Los Angeles by three Hollywood heavyweights. Some of the founders have come from, great producers. One comes from, he was the chief content officer chief creative officer, at Disney Imagineers. And so, they're bringing some of the best content out there and really most engaging venues for location-based entertainment. So here is a video about what they're doing to make, as far as the reopening and why, their Dubai success has been their Dubai reopening has been successful.
We've been working hard behind the scenes to prepare for your return. Now that we're open, we've introduced new measures to ensure you have a comfortable and safe experience, including a new ticketing approach where we have limited bookings to only family and friends. In addition, our staff will have their temperatures taken when they arrive to work and be briefed on our new health and safety precautions, which are protecting large areas using fogging machines and cleaning all surfaces after every guest interaction. We'll also be sanitizing headsets, foot and hand trackers, and backpacks before each use. And all gear and equipment will go through an ozone sterilization process daily. We'll be operating at reduced capacity, and our ambassadors and floor stickers will guide guests on safe distancing. We are also reducing the number of open cashiers, and staff will now check in guests. We'll offer contactless payment, and guests are encouraged to book online for a queueless experience. Pod bookings will be limited to enjoy a private booking with friends and family. Our guest briefings will include information on health and safety measures, such as wearing gloves and masks. We're taking all necessary precautions and look forward to welcoming you back. See you soon.
So we see here some of what Dreamscape is doing, and we work closely with them. They use our HP Reverb as well as our HP G2 VR backpacks. So we work very closely with them. And some of the other partners we work with, like Zero Latency, they're also taking strong steps, in terms of, you saw with Dreamscape, they are making sure that you're in a pod only with people who you have come there with. They have lots of materials and educational materials about what they're doing in terms of hygiene and safety. You see people wearing the masks and the gloves. And Zero Latency is doing some similar initiatives, as well as they're also changing the content. So even when you're in virtual reality, you're not close by there's a scene in one of the games where you go in an elevator and they make sure that in virtual reality you don't see anybody in the elevator with you. So all of these companies are very much looking at, as they reopen, as the locations are and have been cleared by government and by the regulators for reopening, how are they're approaching in a very smart way the reopening, making sure that people feel safe, making sure that the groups are the right size, and making sure that the content matches the moment for today. And so we wish all of them much success as they start to reopen. So the second area that I want to talk to you about is using VR in virtual production. So this is an example of a company. They're actually called Neuralize. They were bought by Sony, and they were able to go in virtual reality using their technology and shoot a commercial entirely in VR. And so the director, the producer, the cinematographer went into VR, shot the commercial entirely in their software in VR. There was no real car. It was a 3D asset of the car. The workers did not have to travel. So it was very much a way to save time, save money, be much more efficient, and still release a great commercial. This commercial for Mercedes actually ran during the Golf Masters. And so this was done before COVID. And we expect to see a lot more of this. We know that there's companies like Epic Games with Unreal Engine and a lot of really interesting virtual production workflows using virtual reality that is being done today and will continue to be done even more in the future. But movies like Lion King and TV shows like Mandalorian, even Ready Player One, all use some level of virtual production and virtual reality in their pipeline and in their workflows. So social VR is another area that I said is, and this is both social VR on the entertainment side as well as remote collaboration for training and product dev and other areas. We see with our clients that more than ever, people are using these remote tools, everything from Altspace to Big Screen to Verbella to Engage, Meet in VR, Mozilla Hubs, and Rec Room. So many different tools where people are coming together, playing together, playing games, doing meetings, doing presentations, learning about anatomy, learning about sciences. It just provides, on our team, we even had a retirement first party for somebody entirely in VR because we weren't able to get together. And so, this is still a lot of early stage companies, but there's a lot of these coming up. There's a lot of investment going into these companies, a lot of focus, and we see that this is an area that will be growing and accelerating rapidly. And then the last area I'm going to talk to you about is marketing. This is an example of a project we worked on together with DreamWorks and for the movie How to Train Your Dragon and Walmart. And this is pre-COVID, but we will be seeing projects like this or altered slightly in the future. So let me show you. So this project was created as a partnership between How to Train Your Dragon, DreamWorks, Walmart, HP, and Intel. And each of the partners had a different goal and a different role. So for DreamWorks, the goal, excited about the movie How to Train Your Dragon, and they particularly wanted to get people engaged inside, feeling part of that world and living that world. And so they wanted to have people be flying with the dragons, petting, and get excited about this third installation of the movie. For Walmart, of course, they wanted to sell the merchandise. And then for HP and Intel, of course, we wanted people to interact with our technology. And so you saw there our VR headsets, and actually those chairs there, the motion platform positron chairs, were being powered, the VR was being powered by our HP VR backpacks. And so what was the result? Well, the result was very well, people and connected to the content because they got to be inside, be immersed, interact, and really, be part of that world. For Walmart, they sold a ton of merchandise. They actually sold in about 2 days. This tour went around to 14 different stops from Los Angeles to Bentonville, where Walmart is headquartered. And they sold in about 2 days what they expected to sell on the entire tour. So they just, sold a ton of merchandise, got really strong traffic, and very high net promoter score. And then of course for HP and Intel, our goal was to have people engage with our technology, and that, that went very well as well. So we've seen projects like this. We've worked also with Spider-Man. We worked with the movie Skyscraper. We worked with the movie First Man, just a lot of different movies and TV shows with as well as other types of products. We worked even with furniture stores doing marketing using our technology. But that unique ability, we're specifically talking about entertainment here, to bring people inside the world, to have them be part of the story, and to have them deep connection to the story and engagement, and that story living, not just storytelling, is something very unique for VR, that we've seen a lot of really positive outcomes for. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about our new HP Reverb Generation 2. It's our new headset that we announced recently. It will be shipping this fall. It's already ready for pre-order in many of parts of the world. In the UAE, it's definitely available for pre-order, and will be coming soon in the other countries. And it is, we'll be shipping this fall, as I said. And it's a partnership between HP, Valve, and Microsoft, and we're thrilled about it. So as I positive reactions, really positive feedback. Pre-orders are available, shipping this fall. If you them, and you can always go to our website, hp.com/go/VR. And then we also have a new laptop coming. It will be the world's smallest 15-inch laptop for creation and for gaming. We have 2 versions. One comes with GeForce, one comes with Quadro. But I'm super excited about it, to have this really small laptop that you can take around and develop VR, create VR, and experience VR on it. And the other big announcement that happened recently was that Microsoft is coming out with their new game, Flight Simulator, actually August 18th, and that it will be supported, VR supported this fall. The PC game is August 18th, but the VR support will come this fall, aligned in date with the launch of the HP Reverb G2. So this is, exactly the type for, and it's just a perfect fit. So we're thrilled about that coming. HP has the world's most comprehensive VR portfolio, running from the highest resolution headsets to VR backpacks to laptops and desktops. We're happy to answer any questions. We have a fantastic team in the Middle East. Some of them are going to be speaking to you throughout this conference as well. If you want to reach out to me, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Joanna Popper, or on LinkedIn. And then my email is Joanna joanna.popper@hp.com. Happy to be here with you. So excited about everything that's happening. I had the opportunity to be in Dubai last year and was just really impressed by everything that's happening in the Middle East in the area of virtual reality, and look forward to the day that I'm able to return and be there in your region with you all again. So happy to take any questions now.
Joanna, I've been waiting to asking this question to you. You being at VR at HP as a VR head for location-based entertainment, tell us more about your role quickly, the kind of initiatives HP is taking when it comes to location-based entertainment, and the challenges a name like HP, a brand like HP is facing right now, considering COVID-19 and has impacted everything around us. I know that location-based, especially VR entertainment, VR kind of esports has taken a hit. What are your thoughts on that? Thank you.
Yeah, I talked about this a little bit earlier. I mean, what I would say is that, when we speak with location-based entertainment operators, they're not looking to bring VR just to bring VR because it's cool tech or because they're early adopters. Their goals are, to drive traffic to their venues, to increase their revenue, whether it's through specific games or through, because of a game is there, people spend more time there and end up spending more money on food or drink or something else. It is to, continue to decrease their costs, have the average revenue per foot be increased. So, decrease their cost, increase their productivity, and then also be seen as innovative and continue to attract new audiences. And so VR has the ability to do all of this for them. The other thing that is interesting is that if you compare VR with, say, concerts, with movies, traditional movies, and some of the theme parks, you have thousands or hundreds of people all together in close proximity. And virtual reality, by the sheer nature of what, the throughput and the technology, you end up only having maybe 6 to 8 people together in one space. And so in some ways, some people are reticent about putting the VR equipment on. And so that's why it's really important that the training, that the hygiene be considered first and foremost, and then the education for the staff, as well as for the customers and the audiences, be very clear. At the same time, you are not putting thousands of people or hundreds of people together. And so the fact that it's only 4 to 6 to 8 people can be a net positive in terms of having people return to VR compared to some of the other location-based entertainment venues.
One of my questions I wanted to understand for the audiences, and especially for the Middle East market, to understand, what does the role like yours entails in an organization like an HP? And
so my role is about I've had 2 different roles. So the first role was all about location-based entertainment, and that was working with all the great companies and partners around the world focused on location-based entertainment. So Hollywood studios, content creators, location-based entertainment operators, VFX houses, to make sure that they're using the best technology out there. And in many cases, that's HP technology. So working really closely with them. And then in the go-to-market role, it's really about, helping us launch our new products. And again, making sure that the market is aware of the products that we're working with, getting feedback from the market on what we're doing and what we need to do for the future. And, because we're still early on all the technology, and we are, I have announced a lot of really cool products, but still have a lot of new products to come. And it's a long road, right, in this industry. So getting feedback, working closely, and continuing to bring that information also back to the engineers, so that we continue to bring to the market what everyone's looking for.
Thank you for answering that, and that kind of concludes our session with you, Joanna. Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks for doing this. We hope to see you again in our future events and initiatives. Thanks a lot.